What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to FudgeMuppet. My name is Scott, and today I got a sensational video. A video for those who love cool ideas, hypotheticals, and what could have been. Topic of today is what the Wood Elves could have been. Now, immediate disclaimer, this is not a lore video, it's an ideas video. The kind that indulges the fantasies of shoulda, coulda, woulda. A video of hindsight. This is a fun piece that I would love you all to contribute down below in the comments to, but without too much more jibber-jabbering, let's get right into the meat of the video. So, I was perusing the Tes Lore subreddit, which, by the way, is a really good subreddit if you love some epic lore discussion of the Elder Scrolls, and I saw a recent post talking about some of Michael Kirkbride's early designs for the Wood Elves. Now, as some in the Elder Scrolls community may be aware of, Michael Kirkbride was a designer working for Bethesda during the making of Morrowind, and he's also done bits and pieces here and there for DLCs like Knights of the Nine DLC for Oblivion. Now, Kirkbride is behind much of the lore that you know and love. However, he continued on afterwards writing lore for Elder Scrolls, encouraging ideas of open source lore, etc, etc. If you want to hear the full explanation of what is canon and not canon and all about Michael Kirkbride, you can check out another video we made called What is Canon? Anyways, point is, this Reddit post was showing off his early concept art for Wood Elves, the Wood Elves that could have been. You can see that he intended for Wood Elves to be far more bestial in appearance, stuck with physical features like antlers, horns, feathers, hooves, random creature parts, remnants from the days of rapidly changing into beasts. It was a really cool concept, and little elements made that into both Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind and Elder Scrolls Online, with the availability of antlers on Wood Elves. Of course, the majority of the ideas in this concept were scrapped, and Wood Elves remained rather normal appearance-wise. However, I was kind of disappointed that in Skyrim, Wood Elves were no longer as drastically tiny as they were in Morrowind and Oblivion. Anyway, so today in this video, I thought it would be a cool idea to share some of our wild ideas on what the Wood Elves could have been, or perhaps should have been, in the Elder Scrolls games. So remember, this is an entirely subjective video, it's just a bit of fun. Feel free to share your ideas in the comments below. So let's first build upon Michael Kirkbride's designs and ideas for a far more bestial and unique race of elves. The themes that he seemed to be going for was a very bestial and very forest fairy tale creature vibe. You can see in his notes like satyrs and forest goblins. Now, while these are all cool ideas, I think it would be better to reduce how drastic some of the designs are. The pig and fish one looks a little too alien for my tastes at least, but the rest seem to fit the ticket. He also had ideas of females being quite lithe and beautiful, whereas the men have lost their glamour and look far more bestial, which is a neat idea, and partially reflected in the games with the height difference. Well, at least in Oblivion, the males were very short and the females normal height, which I think is a cool little quirk about the race, having very short males and normal height females. Also, the all-black eyes are something else I am fond of for the Wood Elves, so if I were designing the physical appearance of the Wood Elves, here is what I would do. First, I think that both males and females should have all-black eyes and the option of bestial remnants, designs that make them feel like they have been evolving in this dense forest land for thousands of years, warped by the god of the forest. Bestial features could include antlers, limited feathers, maybe even butterfly-like patterns on portions of their skin, fur-like facial hair that could move higher up their cheeks, giving them some sort of squirrel-like look, sharp teeth, perhaps even some koi fish-like scales on sections of them. And like the concept art, it would be cool to see some variety of facial shape, allowing them to look a little bit more goblin or imp-like. But once again, I think it is important that this is only a unique option. Emphasis on the option, because I understand to a lot of people it doesn't appeal, but in terms of NPCs and role-playing, I think it would be a really cool addition. It fits in really well with the lore, and some Wood Elves, the ones that look more normal, would have simply just not had the remnants of their changeling days, where some may have kept them. I think it would be a really neat add, but the other physical feature I would want would be the height disparity. I thought the idea of males being very short and females taller was a really unique and cool quirk of the race, which gave them a bit of extra flavor. Also, if they had more extensive body customization, there could be options for little bestial features like protruding bones on wrists or ankles, or maybe even the spine. They're just some random ideas I'm just throwing out, but overall, I think a more bestial race of elves could have been really, really cool. Now, while we are talking about wood elves and what they could have been, I think it would be a really cool idea to start talking about their abilities and passives, things that they should have had and still could have in the next games. If you've ever watched our modded builds for Skyrim, you'll notice that we are quite fond of a mod called Imperious Races of Skyrim, which overhauls all of the 10 races, giving them unique abilities, passives, and differences in health, magic, and stamina, as well as the regeneration percentages of those stats. This mod was made to reintroduce some of the race diversity that the races had in previous games, especially with differences in starting attributes like strength, intelligence, and willpower. In an ideal world, I would love for them to reintroduce attributes like that, but I highly doubt they will. In any case, Imperious Races does a very good job of showing race diversity with abilities alone. I think it would be a fantastic idea to add more passive abilities to help replace the differences in attributes, but passives and powers that vary the races. Like in the Imperious Races mod, the Green Pact ability would be an awesome addition in an Elder Scrolls 6. Quite simply, as a Bosmer, it gives you the ability to cannibalize a corpse you have just killed to gain a percentage of their attributes. It's neat little things like this that help you feel more like a wood elf according to the lore, allowing you to act out facets of their race. Another really cool thing I would like to see is a bonus to their bow draw speed. Bosmer are renowned archers and are said to draw and fire their arrows in one continuous fluid motion, with speed like no other. And even if that were an exaggeration, they are clearly more renowned with bows than any other race, so why not reflect that in game? I understand it could unbalance things, but how about giving wood elves a passive ability that increases their bow draw speed by 10%, which would clearly make them the best archers, but not by much. It's not a crazy overpowered advantage. Or perhaps they could have a power that they use once a day called Bosmer Grace or something, which increases your draw speed by 30%, but only for 60 seconds or something like that. Other things Bosmer are renowned for are their speed and agility, so why not give them a 10% bonus to speed and jump height or something like that? You see what I'm getting at? In the same vein, I'd want to see orcs with a 5 or 10% boost to all melee damage, or carry weight representing their strength. Stuff like that. Bosmer also have the Beast Tongue ability, and I love the way it was done in Imperious Races mod, allowing you to call upon a predator of the wilds to aid you as a permanent ally, but this theme could be expanded even further to benefit certain playstyles. Maybe you could name this ally and make it some sort of hunting companion or pet for a hunter build. Perhaps for wood elves, illusion spells cast upon animals are 20% more effective, which could be really cool for a wood elf druid-like build. Another idea I had, which would sort of apply to all races, is unique race companions. Imagine if only as a Bosmer you can recruit a special wood elf companion. Imagine our Green Pact Zealot build, but as a companion in Elder Scrolls 6, only viable if you yourself have consumed the corpses of 100 enemies, proving your devotion to Ifri and the Green Pact. Then, and only then, will he come with you as a companion. I mean, you could get really crazy with this stuff, it all depends on how far they take racial abilities, but imagine a wood elf power called Wild Hunt Awakening, which gives you a transformation into a random beast for 5 minutes. But you know there is lore surrounding the Wild Hunt and all, so it's not like you can just do it whenever, but you get the idea. Wood elves that are a vastly different role-playing experience compared to the other races, which in themselves are different in their own rights. That's the kind of thing that I would want. So just imagine it all. It's 2021, Elder Scrolls 6 Valenwood. You open up the customization menu and holy shit, you can play a Bosmer with horns. And you're a midget too, and you look like some bestial woodland spirit. You play the intro for the game, you pick up a bow and holy shit, you can fire it 10% faster. You end up dabbling in conjuration later on, you summon a bound bow, now you have the fastest firing bow in the game, plus your wood elf 10% draw speed buff. Plus, then you have this juicy enchanted ring that allows you to increase your draw speed by another 10%, and now you're running around like Legolas, firing arrows left, right, and center as a wood elf in bone armor, fighting centaurs. How bloody cool does that sound? Granted, again, there could be balancing issues, but still, the idea is awesome and it's something I'd like to see for all the races, each having their own distinct advantages. Perhaps we will have more videos like this, things like what the Nords could have been or what the Orcs could have been, stuff like that. We love these theoretical videos, and give this video a like if you love them too. Don't forget to get down into the comments to start tossing around cool ideas and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Your support really does mean the world to us. It's hard sometimes to convey it properly, but we aren't just saying this as some outro. It really does inspire us to make greater and greater content, so have one big thank you. Social media links are in the description. Twitter in particular is another great place to get chatting with us all about things Elder Scrolls 6 and Elder Scrolls in general. My name is Scott. I will be back to nerd out with you again next time.